So put on your big boy pants, put on your big girl panties, and listen to this. This is Brother Teacher Raw. I want you to understand what I'm saying to you. Do you think or believe that the government is watching the human population in America? In other words, do you believe that we're being surveilled, observed, monitored by the powers that be? If you don't believe that, you're living in a fantasy. We are indeed being monitored, we're being watched, we're being observed, our activities, the things we say, the things we do, the places we go, every single waking moment of our lives. Now, we can talk about all of the reasons and the conspiracies later, but I'm just making you aware, if you're not already aware, that you're being listened to, you're being watched. Virtually every place you go, there's a camera. I'm not talking about people with their cell phone cameras. I'm talking about shopping malls, municipalities, downtowns, on the street, highways. There are cameras everywhere. Drones flying around. I've seen drones in my neighborhood. I have. You could throw a rock and hit it. It was that close. This is not someone with a toy casually just flying it around. I have actually seen drones flying around. What's the purpose? Now, many of us, most of us, have a smartphone. Note that I use the term smart. Many of us by now in most cities have what they call smart meters in our basements or on the outside of our homes, where your utility company can monitor your usage or turn it on and turn it off remotely just by driving by. They don't even have to come in your home anymore. Okay? Most of us have smart televisions or TVs in our homes. And we have all types of smart devices, period. Did you not know that these devices monitor you? Did you not know that all of these smart devices communicate with one another? Your cell phone with the smart meter, with the smart television, with your computer or your laptop or your tablet, they do. It would behoove you, those that are watching, listening to me right now, to start digging, to start doing a little bit of research yourself. Sometimes people don't want to do research because they're lazy. If it's not broke, they don't try to fix it. In other words, that mentality. But all of this is by design. It's for a reason. It's called human population control. They want to know everything about you. They want to know you're coming and you're going. They want to know who's in your house, when you're at a house, when you're in your house and when you're not there, when you come and you leave. In other words, they know when you're washing your clothing. They know when you turn your television on, when you turn it off. They know when your phone is on. They listen to you on your telephone. Ask Mr. Snowden, who had to leave America so that he wouldn't go to prison or even be killed. They made a movie about him. But he was a whistleblower. He told us, the American people, that the United States were actually tapping our phones. Not because of any potential Al-Qaeda risk, but they're watching us and they're listening to us all of the time. They're gathering information and data because they want to know about us, what our habits are. This has been going on for decades. Yes, it has, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to come to a terrible end, and it's not going to be in our favor. Understand this. Our so-called United States government is managing the people on the planet. All we are is slaves. Not just black folks anymore, but every single one of us. We are all now slaves. You have a semblance of what appears to be freedom, but we don't have real freedom. If you don't like what I'm saying, you don't have to watch this video. Turn it off. If you want to say something negative against me, Before you say something negative, do the research, if you dare. And before you say something negative, just simply shut it off and go on about your merry way. It just simply does not apply to you. You can give me your feelings and or your opinions, but back them up with some facts. I just told you that your smart devices were smarter than what you really think. They communicate with one another. Why do you have a television that's in a resting mode with a light on? Did you not know when your television is on that you can be seen through the screen on your television? There's a way that there's a reason that we left the analog system and went to all digital. Think on this. There's a reason why sometimes I've been on my cell phone and I've heard a conversation more than one time in the past 5 years. People talking, and they were not part of my conversation with the other party that I was talking to. And once I said something, they stopped talking. And the party on the other end that I was talking to heard the voices as well. How does this happen? If it's just you and the other person talking on the line. Okay, you don't have to believe what I said. But just because you don't like what I said doesn't mean that it's not true. We are being watched. That's it, and that's all.